Your speedometer might be lying to you right now, and it's about to destroy your transmission. That needle on your dashboard showing your speed might not be displaying the actual number, and worse, this silent failure is causing violent jerks in your automatic transmission without you even realizing it. Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 main problems that one tiny sensor creates when it is damaged and how to identify this issue before it turns into an expensive repair bill. Subscribe to the channel now, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment telling me what symptoms your car is showing. The speed sensor, also known as the VSS sensor, or vehicle speed sensor, is a fundamental component in your vehicle's electronic system. A lot of people know it by the common name speedometer, but actually it's the sensor that feeds information to the speedometer on your dashboard. This sensor's job is to send the exact speed your vehicle is traveling to the car's electronic control unit. With this information, the ECU controls both the speedometer and the odometer on your instrument cluster. On cars with automatic transmissions, it also controls the lock-up clutch engagement in the torque converter. Simply put, this sensor monitors the vehicle's speed and performs other important functions in the system. When it fails, several problems start to appear, and the most obvious one is that the check engine light comes on in your dashboard, indicating something's wrong. Now let's get into the 3 main symptoms you'll notice when the speed sensor is defective. First symptom: the speedometer on your dash doesn't work correctly. Since this sensor is connected directly to the speedometer on your instrument panel, when it fails, the needle shows abnormal behavior. The speedometer might simply not show the actual speed you're going. You could be doing 50 miles per hour, but the needle reads, or you might be going 30, and the needle shows 60. The reading becomes completely inaccurate. Another thing that happens is the odometer, that mileage counter, also stops working properly. It doesn't register the miles you're driving, or it registers incorrect numbers. This causes a serious problem because you lose track of the vehicle's actual mileage. A bad VSS can definitely cause this gauge cluster malfunction. It is important to pay attention to this symptom because many people think it is an electrical problem in the dash, when actually the defect is in the transmission sensor. There's also another very similar problem that happens when this sensor is failing. The speedometer needle starts bouncing around while you're driving. The pointer keeps jumping up and down out of control, even when you're maintaining a constant speed. And suddenly, for no apparent reason, the car loses speed. You're cruising along normally, and you feel the vehicle decelerate on its own, like someone took their foot off. The gas pedal. This is something we can notice as Elia, and it usually indicates the sensor is starting to fail intermittently. Do not forget to leave your comment down below and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next videos about automotive diagnostics. Second symptom, you start feeling harsh or irregular shifts in your automatic transmission. This is the most serious symptom, and the one that scares vehicle owners the most. When we have any of the previous failures I mentioned, like the speedometer bouncing or stucking along, we start noticing the automatic transmission is making very harsh gear changes. It's a clear sign of a speed sensor problem. You'll feel like the car gave a hard jolt when shifting gears. It feels like someone rear-ended your vehicle, or you feel jerks and lurches when you re-accelerating and the transmission needs a shift from first to second or second to third gear. This happens because if the speed sensor is in bad condition, the information it sends to the electronic control unit becomes incorrect, or it simply doesn't send any signal at all. When this occurs, the transmission control module, which is the computer responsible for commanding the automatic transmission's gear changes, becomes completely lost. This control unit can't figure out the exact moment it should shift gears. It doesn't know if it should shift now or if it should wait a bit longer. It doesn't know how quickly it needs to execute the gear change. The result is these harsh shifts, these jolts and jerks that make the car's drivability really poor. In more severe cases, the transmission can even enter limp mode, locking into a single gear. The car keeps running, but without shifting normally, and the transmission warning light stays on in the dashboard. Third symptom, and this one many people don't notice right away. Fuel consumption increases with no apparent explanation. You notice you're filling up more frequently, the tank empties faster, but nothing has changed in your driving habits. The speed sensor provides crucial information for the fuel injection module to calculate the ideal amount of fuel. When the sensor is bad, the ECU loses this reference and starts injecting more fuel as a safety measure, increasing consumption. The most recommended thing when you have any of these failures I mentioned is to take the vehicle to get an electronic diagnostic with an OBD2 scanner. This equipment will read the fault code stored in the ECU's memory and show more precisely where the problem is located. Many times, the symptom might seem to be the speed sensor, but it's actually another related component. Or it might really be the sensor. But there's something else along with it that also needs attention. The scanner eliminates the guesswork and shows exactly what's happening. Leave a comment if you're experiencing any of these failures in your vehicle. I'll answer all questions. It might not be instant, but I'll definitely be responding and helping you solve the problem. If you're a mechanic or studying automotive repair, this type of correct diagnosis is fundamental. There's no point in just throwing parts at him without knowing what the real defect is. That only wastes money and time, both for you and for the customer. At the end of this video, I'll leave more content related to sensor failures and other components of the automotive electronic system. These are videos that will complement this knowledge and help you make better and better diagnoses. Support the channel for free. Just click the subscribe button, then click the bell and select to receive all notifications. That way you won't miss any new content and you'll keep learning about quality automotive diagnostics. Recapping the three main symptoms. First, speedometer and odometer showing incorrect readings, bouncing, or completely dead. Second, automatic transmission making harsh gear changes with jolts and jerks. Third, increase in fuel consumption with no apparent cause. If your car has any of these problems, find a trusted shop that has electronic diagnostic equipment. Ask them to read the fault codes before authorizing any work. This will save you money and ensure the repair is done correctly. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, leave your like, and share this video with anyone who needs this information. In the next video, I'm going to talk about other important sensors in the fuel injection system and how to diagnose failures. See you next time.